Hey guys, in this video we're going to cover some more Forge mods for Minecraft 1.16.5. Like always, I put the links to these mods in the description below, where you can download them. I'll also have a playlist on screen at the end of the video showing all the other mods for this version that I've covered. But first, a word from our sponsor, Age of Origins. Age of Origins is a free-to-play mobile game where you maintain a city and its population, which is trying to thrive during a zombie apocalypse. Over time, you can even learn to cure the infected and understand more about them. There's lots to do when you're not managing your city, like taking part in the tower defense mode, where you can try to defeat endless hordes of zombies using different weapons. Or you can join an alliance, where you and your party can organize raids, search ruins, and invade other players' cities. Some other fun, crazy things to do are to fight in the giant cannon, take part in brutal drag racing, and evolve your own titans, who can fight for your city, and they look pretty threatening. And that's not all. There's often events happening in-game, with tons to explore. I'm a big fan of the post-apocalyptic genre, and I've been enjoying my time in the game so far. So go ahead and try out Age of Origins. And if you use the link in the description below, then you'll receive $60 worth of gifts in-game. Callable Horse adds a feature seen in many RPG games. When sitting on a horse, you should press P to make it your personal mount. When you then press the V key, the horse will walk towards you if it's close enough, or teleport if it's far away. By pressing K instead, you can see the stats of your horse, such as its speed, health, and last known location. Capsules adds many useful items, with the first being empty capsules, which have some different sizes associated with them. The first item worth mentioning is the wooden capsule, which can be crafted from a chest, button, 2 planks, and a slab. When used, it will pick up a single block, like a chest, allowing you to carry it around and place it down again. Later on, you can build the capture base, place it down, and craft an empty capsule, which there are different sizes of. You can then contain a building inside the capsule, and place it down again later on. I do get some graphical errors with Optifine when choosing where to place a structure, but it doesn't affect the mod otherwise. So it's like carrying a house around in your inventory. You'll even spawn with a capsule, which gives a basic starter hut. River Treasures add some new treasure blocks which can look like dirt, sand, gravel, and clay. You'll mostly find them in river biomes underwater. When mined, they'll drop nuggets made from gold, emerald, and diamonds. Emerald and diamond nuggets are new items, but they can be turned into regular emeralds and diamonds through crafting. If you are playing with other people, you might like Locks mod. The main feature of the mod is locks, which can be applied to blocks like chests to keep them safe. Each tier of lock will determine the number of pins inside, which determines how hard it is to lockpick. You can also have keys, which can be combined with a lock to pair them together. Through lockpicking, you can access lock items with a neat little minigame. Another fun multiplayer mod is Simple Shops, which adds a single shop block. When you've crafted it, you can right-click it with another item to determine the cost. Then you can right-click it with the item you're wanting to sell. Then you can keep right-clicking to increase the stock. The items are rendered nicely, and other players can then come and interact with it to buy items. And it's unbreakable too. You can remove the items from the shop by sneaking and left-clicking. Fantasy Mounts adds tameable unicorns and polar bears into Minecraft. If you come across a unicorn, it can be tamed like a regular horse. One interesting feature it has is that unicorns have Frost Walker, meaning they can travel over water easily. Polar bears can be tamed the same way, and they can travel in water as they're able to swim. Golden whistles can be applied to a mount, so that they'll follow you when you're holding it. The developers hope to add more mounts in the future, and these both are rideable by 2 players at once. Divine Missions is a quest mod that's inspired by Bountiful. To get started with the mod, craft a shrine block from a block of gold, a crafting table, and a diamond. Inside, you can see some of the quests available, which will have you kill mobs or collect items for rewards. There's aspects too, which determine the type of quest you'll receive, and you'll gain some reputation for completing them. As you do, you can receive higher rarity missions. Dungeons Enhanced adds just over 20 new structures into Minecraft. It includes locations like Miner's House, Stables, Pillager Camp, and Wish Tower. A lot of these structures are dungeons too, whereas a few of them just make interesting locations to explore. There's lots of loot to find and some mobs to defeat. Right now, all of the structures can be found in the overworld, but the developers state on the mods page that they intend to add structures to other dimensions in the future. So if you want more locations to explore, try this mod out. Advancement Tracker adds a new menu, which can be opened by holding Control and pressing L. Inside, you can see a list of advancements available, including ones from other mods installed. You'll be able to select an advancement and track it so that it appears on your screen when playing Minecraft. Each time you complete an advancement, the mod can also take a screenshot automatically. YDM's Weapon Master is a bit like Back Tools. With it installed, some items on your hotbar will be rendered on the player character. There's no extra slots included, and support is included for modded items too. By pressing V, you can determine the visibility for each slot. Tidbits brings some Vanilla Plus changes to the game. Firstly, there's 4 new villagers, which are the Lumberjack, Engineer, Contractor, and Disc Jockey. These will trade items like music discs, building materials, and wood. Flint ore can be found in gravel and drops flint, whereas sulfur ore is in the nether and drops gunpowder. Chainmail armor now has a recipe, as Tidbits includes the new chainmail material, which can be crafted from chains. There's 5 new music discs, which are themed around different biomes, and disco lights are a cool-looking cosmetic block. There's a few other minor changes too, but they're the most prominent. Wonderful Enchantments includes over 25 new enchantments, a few of which are curses, and I'm going to list out a few interesting ones. Sixth Sense can be applied to helmets, and when standing still, nearby enemies will glow. Telekinesis can be applied to tools and will cause items to go straight into your inventory. If you add Vitality to a shield, you'll gain bonus health depending on the level of the enchantment, with the maximum being 3 hearts. Fuse Cutter can also be applied to shields and will prevent nearby explosions from happening. By enchanting horse armor with swiftness, they'll have increased movement speed, with each level of the curse a fatigued equip. Your breaking speed will be reduced. That's just a few enchantments. There's many more. Another structure mod is Rev's Better Structures. There's over 20 new additions, which can include castles and windmills. Then there's smaller objects like fallen trees and rocks, which definitely help with variation. So if you're looking for a mod to make exploring more worthwhile, it's a good option. No new items are included with the mod, and you'll often find loot too. If you use Mr. Crayfish's gun mod, then you'll probably want to install additional guns. With it installed, you can find lots of new weapons like the MAC-10, Uzi, M41A, Desert Eagle, and the AKM. But in total, there's just over 30 new weapons included, which is a major increase versus the 9 we see in the standalone mod. A few attachments are included too, like scopes, stocks, and grips, and all of these weapons can be created in the workbench provided by the mod. Dregora uses Open Terrain Generator to completely transform the overworld in Minecraft. Included is almost 250 new biomes, which are all made up of vanilla blocks, and almost makes the game feel unrecognizable. Lots of color changes are made to blocks, which make them appear new, like different colored leaves and dirt. Some of the trees are huge too, as they're not actually trees but structures. Dregora also includes around 7,000 new structures, which can be small objects like rocks and trees, all the way up to dungeons and cities. It would take me way too long to show everything you can find, so definitely check it out if you're looking for a world generation mod. The developer has some big plans too, which will hopefully add a lot more structures if they go ahead. If you do use this mod, you'll have to select it as a preset during the world creation process. The Queen Bee is a new mini-boss, who can be found spawning in these giant hives. Inside is the queen, as well as regular bees and some chests. The queen won't be hostile straight away. You'll have to hit it first. Doing so will also make all the other bees hostile. so keep that in mind. It's a tough fight, as you'll often be hit with nausea and poison, and she's also able to summon more bees. Overall, the Queen has 100 HP. You'll be able to obtain the bee antenna as a drop, which stops bees attacking you. You can also get the Stinger Sword, which is faster than other swords. But if you have the antenna equipped, you can use the sword to spawn a bee, which heals you. With medieval siege machines installed, you can find new weapons such as the mortar, catapult, trebuchet, ballista, and battering ram. These all look really cool and feel super satisfying to use, so it's going to be great for your medieval-styled worlds. What really sells this mod is the animations and sounds, which make it feel like they could exist in the vanilla game. With these machines, you can fire items like cannonballs and giant arrows to take out enemies. All the items can be crafted inside the Siege workbench, and you need to press F to fire the machines. Ocean Recovery is going to fill Minecraft's oceans with plastic, which can be found stuck in sand or gravel. You can break these blocks to obtain plastic bags and bottles. They can then be placed in the recycling bin block, which will give you plastic shards in return. From these shards, you could create a plastic picker, which lets you collect plastic without breaking the blocks. Or you can create some plastic armor instead, which is quite weak, only being better than leather. Although wearing a full set will give you the conduit power, speed, and water-breathing effects. To get started with this next mod, craft a Scarecrow from 3 sticks, a leather tunic, and a carved pumpkin. It can be placed down like an armor stand, but they'll also repel zombies, so they'd be great for placing around a village. There's 3 craftable outfits included, which are designed around the Ocelot, Guardian, and Wolf. When these are added to a Scarecrow, they can repel different mobs like skeletons, creepers, and endermen. With EverPotion, you can use slot unlocks to unlock 3 potion slots, which can be accessed by pressing the R key. Then you'll need to create cores, which require placing an ender pearl alongside a potion in an anvil. Each potion slot can hold a core, and over time, it will recharge up to 100%. When it's charged, the effect can be activated for a short duration. Then it will begin to recharge again. So essentially, the mod allows you to use a potion indefinitely, without it having to be in your inventory, with the only downside being the cooldown. Hopefully you found some new mods here. On the screen are some other videos covering mods for this version, which you might like. I'll be back again soon with some more videos, including ones for the latest version of Minecraft.